Hello everyone and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I am your host, Older Bro.
I'm your host, Younger Bro.
And today we continue in Lily of the Valley.
Hey, did I read this line? Heartless?
No, that was me, and yes. Because I was being the mother.
Miss Bevan, please.
Susie, my Susie, she...
Miss Bevan?
Monster, you monster, don't you have any compassion?
Yes. Then came the tears. Miss Bevan was sobbing at the end of the phone, sobbing over the fate of her daughter. Even if I did give her money, which I couldn't, and I didn't, it wouldn't change anything. Susie was going to die. Leukemia is a terrible illness. A little bit of money might have helped. It could buy a gravestone. Oh!
Yeah. No, I mean...
Shots fired!
No, like, this is being very practical, just
anyway,
like...
afford a funeral service, even if it wasn't much, like putting a plaster on a gaping chest wound. It might provide some small comfort for the grieving family.
Yep.
But I couldn't do that. That wasn't allowed. And so even though it made Miss Bevan hate me, and even though she called me a monster, there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
It wasn't my problem. I'm sorry, madam. My hands are tied. This is my job, you know. Of course, those words were my pleasantries. It was nothing more than an attempt to avoid my share of blame. It wouldn't help anything. It didn't mean anything, and Miss Bevan knew that. That's why she said, her voice partly indistinguishable due to tears.
You would say that. You're trained to say that. You know what? That's what the Nazis said too! Holy shit! This game goes from... Look, this mother is in pain. This mother...
I understand.
Like, whatever.
That.
Like, and she isn't wrong that, yeah, it's the metaphor is correct, but it's like, man, what do you want me to do here? My job will not allow you to have money. I can send you to my supervisor, but that's not gonna change anything. It's like, what do you want? It's like, this isn't about me not being compassionate. I'm not sitting here saying...
I was about to say, was that it?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not sitting here saying that your daughter doesn't deserve money. I'm saying that the policies don't allow us to give you money, and we run off the policy, not compassion. It's shit. It's not right, but what the fuck do you want?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm sorry, mister. I really am.
She says.
That's just how it is.
That's just how I feel. Woo. It's alright, I say, swallowing. I understand.
I'm just trying to bribe her with donuts.
I can't argue with her. I don't have the right. That would be incredibly hypocritical, wouldn't it?
No! It wouldn't be. Your job prevents you from giving money to a girl who's dying.
By the way, guys.
Her job prevents you from living. It's not hypocritical of you to be in the same position of the daughter.
Yeah, we're not quite sure, but people say that our saves is going to be rewritten, so we probably can't go back and choose again.
My understanding is that this game... Because didn't there used to be a load at the bottom?
I can't remember.
Don't know. Anyways, point is that my understanding is this game works like DDLC. So once you end the game,
it's gone.
You replay the game if you want to see it.
But I still want to know, why me, I ask?
Why not you?
You're a horrible person. That's what it says on my profile.
No, just...
Huh? What?
Were you hoping for a reason? Something you could accept? Something that'd make you happy? Is that what you wanted?
I suppose.
Well, I'm sorry, but...
Layla looks at me with sad eyes. Her light blue eyes are swimming, though her voice is cold and mechanical. Her shoulders are shaking. She looks like she's gonna
Maybe
cry.
because she is. That's just the way it is. You're born, and then you die, and there's no reason for it. There's no meaning. There's no nothing. Don't try to look for a reason, and don't try to seek out the answer. There isn't one I can give you.
That's probably true. Even though you're the Grim
I feel
Reaper.
like no. I feel
But
like there is always a reason. Like, I don't know. Am I gonna have a?
He's a terrible person. He's had a sad life.
No, but like, yeah, it's like, am I having a heart attack? Is it because of stress?
Yeah,
like,
am I dying due to stress?
Like, what the hell is the problem?
Even so. Not even you know why.
I think that was my line.
Yeah.
Even so.
Not even you know why I ask.
I don't. Nobody does. It's like trying to multiply numbers by 0 and hoping for an end product larger than nothing.
I feel like the Grim Reaper would know a little bit more about death than anybody else.
It's not possible not for anyone, regardless of whether you're a seasoned academic or someone who can barely do their 5 times table.
I want to bet she's not actually the Grim Reaper, but she's just a serial killer.
No, I
Because how would she not know about... I just don't understand how she wouldn't know about death.
Look, because I think her argument is like, scientists just come up with bullshit reasons why you die. The reason why you die is that she shows up and kills you. They can't see her, so they're just like, well, looks like his heart stopped. Must have been a heart attack. So it's like, it doesn't really matter. There isn't any reason. The reasons are made up. You die. That's what.
I don't know. How intelligent somebody is, and
I
think
that's still me. How intelligent somebody is and how much experience they have. In the face of something impossible, none of that matters.
She says. That's pretty
nihilistic. I'm a pretty nihilistic person.
You are the Grim Reaper.
You are
yes.
okay. You are pretty. You are not nihilistic.
I guess that's what happens when you've been to so many funerals, I say.
Maybe it's inevitable. With so much death in the world, it's hard to be happy.
She says. But I still remember my voice trails off.
What do you remember?
Lily asks. I remember what you told me. You said no matter what, even if there's no meaning to it, you should try to smile. That's not gonna excuse me from killing you. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but it does mean that she's gonna come out looking like a yandere instead of a serial killer. That's right, I did.
Lily lifts her head and looks at me. Her eyes are captivating. You could drown.
Oh, and I guarantee some have.
People have. How much death has she seen? Since the beginning of time, probably millions. How many people has she killed? I don't know if she has killed anybody. She might just guide them to the afterlife.
No.
Does the Grim Reaper actually kill people or just steal souls when they die?
I don't think that's relevant in this. I think the implication here is that she is actually killing them.
Well, I know the Grim Reaper in regular show kills people. He does it just for fun sometimes. So.
Or I think the implication might be that sometimes she kills people and sometimes people die and she has to kill them immediately. As in, like, basically you can't die unless she kills you. And so if you're in a situation where you have to die literally instantaneously due to choking on a muffin, she has to kill you instantaneously. But if you're having a heart attack, it's like, well, that can just be delayed over a several-day period, because, I mean, it doesn't really matter if you die of a heart attack today or 3 days from now.
Yeah. Did she cry for all of them? Did she go to all their funerals? Will she go to mine? Yeah.
I mean, probably. This is still you.
Why do you want me to smile? If you knew I was going to die, what's the point, I ask?
There's no point. There's no point in anything. And yet you did it anyways.
Simply, she wants you to smile because she wants you to at least die happy, question mark?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Then.
No, it's still you.
But despite...
Oh, no, maybe that is me.
I think that's
But
you.
despite that, I just...
She pauses. Her lashes tremble. Her eyes sparkle. I die. Running down her pale, pale cheeks, white as a ghost, I can see tracks of Tears, sorry. Slowly, very slowly, like pilgrims journeying reverently to the promised land, they drip down her cheeks, turning them light pink.
I'm proud of younger bro to not have in any way mispronounced a word in that sentence. That was good job.
Well, maybe I can try writing now.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, I already am, and I think that my writing's a lot better than it used to be.
That is true.
I would like to think she would go to my funeral. I would like her to sit at the back of the church, the same church my mother's funeral was conducted in only a few days ago, and pray for me. Pray for me. Her head bowed, eyes closed, hands clasped together. I hope that she would pray for me from the bottom of her heart. Not that I'll go to heaven, but everybody does want to go to heaven. I don't know if I believe in it. Lily doesn't seem to. But if she prays for me, that might be enough. It might be enough to make the me of this moment happy. And isn't that the true meaning of life? All you can do is try to find your own happiness, try to make other people happy, and hope even in the face of adversity.
I mean, you're literally staring at death. Like that, what is more adverse than death?
You can still find some things to care about, like your death, that can keep on smiling. I think that's all we humans can do. I just hope Hazel isn't too upset. Hazel. She's too young to go to all these funerals.
At this point, I'm going to guess it's going to be a triple, because the father's going to die.
But maybe she isn't as young as I think. If she's Grim Reaper, she is much older. We're all getting older.
No, that was Hazel.
Oh, sorry. And sooner or later, we're all going to die. Smile achieved. Yep. That's just how life is. Is that how it ends?
I believe so. Yup.
Really? That's it?
Yep. Death cannot be avoided. You just get a smile. You just get a tears out of her for having to kill you.
But here's the thing.
Yep.
There's a sequel to this game. There's a sequel.
Look, I didn't say it. I didn't say it made sense, and I didn't say it's even the same main character.
It is, because it's Lily of the Valley Resurrections.
Well, then clearly you undie somehow.
So I don't know. Maybe
toxic.
She talks to the big man up in the sky, saying, "Bring him back. He was fun." But I don't know how she would think that, because we still don't know much about the main character, and that was it. Let's try the load game. Bullshit!
I guess maybe the game, yeah, I guess maybe the game actually does allow you to, do both endings now.
Alright, let's see the other ending, because why not? Okay. I can't...
Piss her off. I wish she just instantly died. So how much of this changes?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Oh, it just skips to the bedroom immediately.
I stare out of my bedroom window at the falling rain and remember, she told me to smile. Why? Smile doesn't change anything. It doesn't make a difference. How can the movement of a few muscles in your jaw, several insignificant motions, have any meaningful impact on the world around you? It's just foolishness. What do I have to smile about anyway? My mother died last week. My job is dead ending. Cassandra hates me.
Imogen hates
me too. Imogen Parker. When was the last time I saw her? Why does she even matter? That was more than 20 years ago. The times we sat next to each other in chemistry class are long gone. So then why? Why am I still thinking about her? It's because she looks so much like her, Lily. I sigh, turning over in bed. A few seconds pass. I turn again and again. No matter what position I'm in, I can't get comfortable. My body feels tired, but my brain is wide awake. I know how you feel. I want to fall asleep, but for whatever reason, I can't. I keep replying old conversations in my head over and over again. The audio track skipping and jumping like a stretched record. Imogen, Cassandra, Hazel, Lily. My old room feels suffocating. It's like I've been muffled, my internal organs removed, body coated in liquid. What?
They're going into how he's dead. He has become a mummy.
Liquid
Resin.
resin. I don't know what that is. Shut up inside this old stuffy tomb. My childhood past. Is this how Great Aunt Enid feels? Having lived in her her musty old house for decades, Grandma Rose must have visited her in that very house, drinking tea from the same cups my family used when we went to visit Grandma Rose and Grandpa Lynn. Their bodies are gone, but their memories linger on like ghosts, drifting about the places they once stood, the objects they once touched, gone but not forgotten, never forgotten. Great Aunt Edith seems to believe in the dead more than she believes in the living. Her eyes are so misty from looking inwards and living in the past that she can hardly see 5 feet in front of her own face. I hope I'm not like that. I don't want to turn into another Great Aunt Enid. It's frightening to think I might be as old as her someday. Old and alone. By the way, guys, this is probably going to be the finale no matter what.
Yeah, pretty much.
If getting old is that depressing, I think I'd rather die by now. It'd save me the hassle.
Oh, well. They're setting this up easily.
Yeah, things were much easier when I was younger. Sometimes I wish I could be a kid again. When I was a child, my mother used to come into my bed.
I think this one we read.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that one was in.
I close
No, this one isn't.
Both?
No, the first one we did. The second one.
Yeah, if I close my eyes, I can summon a picture of my mind's eye. Her light brown hair, frizzy like a lion's mane. My sister and I inherited our hair from our dad. Her hazel blue eyes, her pale green sweaters.
Hazel's brown, by the way.
Hmm?
Hazel is a brown color, I believe.
Okay.
So
Fuzzy
you said
like
hazel
a
blue.
cat's
Sounds like
fur.
oh my god.
My mother was a very cozy person. She looked like a big. Look at that sentence. She looked like a big.
She looked like a big bag of wool.
In the best.
Of possible ways.
Her clothes were several sizes too large. She looked like a big bag of wool, I think, and slightly frumpy. She had warm hands and a large belly, and was nice to hug. She gave me lots of hugs when I was younger, bro. I can almost hear her voice now, reading me a story. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky.
That you can almost hear it.
I can almost
as
hear
you
it.
die. Oh god.
Yep.
Hello, mister. Please don't look like Lily. Please actually just look like death.
What? I blink frantically, but I can't see anything. Only darkness. I can feel a pressure against my head. Something's covering my eyes. The darkness doesn't really make a difference, though. I'd know that voice anyway.
That's...
Lily, I ask?
That's... I like that she doesn't allow you to see her, because she
Yeah.
doesn't want you to see what happens. Congratulations, you're correct.
She says dryly. Then where's my prize? Do I get a trip to
Oh.
Hawaii? A pause. I frown, considering Lily's hand still pressed against my eyes. Isn't this a pretty childish prank? It's the sort of thing kids do to another in primary school, complete with choruses of Guess Who. I guess Lily is quite a childish person.
So is he just gonna cut out in the middle of a line?
Probably. She does like ring donuts after all, the kind with icing, but that isn't the real issue at hand.
No.
How did you get into my room, I ask?
I have my ways.
She replies evasively. That doesn't answer anything, I say. And how do you know where I live? I never told you.
Village isn't big. If you look for something hard enough, you're sure to find it eventually.
She might have a point there, so I don't say anything. Instead, I sit there in silence. Though it should by all rights, feel unexpected, bizarre, almost unreal that this girl is here, invading my home, my personal space. For some reason, it doesn't. Rather, it feels oddly expected, as though my previous interactions with her were all building up to this
It's
moment.
almost like all your interactions were building up to this climax in the story.
Yeah, this isn't a normal situation, but Lily isn't a normal person. I've gathered at least that much. Are you going to move your hands? I finally ask her.
No.
She replies, but I want to see your face.
Why?
Because talking to somebody without seeing their face is strange. It feels too much like a long-distance phone call, I tried to explain.
You already know what I look like. Why do you need to be reminded?
I'm getting old. I have a bad memory. I can't trust my own perception of the world.
Nobody can. You just have to have faith.
And I want to know what expression you're making.
Why?
She asks again. It'd make me feel more at ease.
You're not at ease?
Of course not. Some strange girl has broken into my home. How do you think I feel?
You don't sound that bothered to me.
She says, and it's a fair point. Our conversation has been very light-hearted, considering the circumstances. This casual back and forth of banter doesn't really suit this situation.
Besides,
She continues.
I don't want you to look at me, and you don't want to look at me either.
How very suspicious. Why not, I ask. I would ask to see your face if I didn't want to see it.
You might want to see it now, but that's only through your own ignorance. You'd soon change your mind if you saw the truth.
The truth?
That's right.
She says softly, as though confessing, but I don't know what to. This girl really is mysterious. My frown deepens. I'm sure heavy lines have etched themselves under my eyes, around my mouth, across my forehead. I really will end up looking like Grant Aunt Edith if I'm not careful. I used to be young once upon a time. Now that once upon a time feels like a very, very long time ago. I'm too old to be playing around like this. I'm sure your face looks fine, I say. I think you're rather pretty.
You do?
I wouldn't have said it if I didn't think it.
How peculiar.
She inhales.
Nobody's told me that before.
Don't you like it?
I'm flattered, but if you could see me right now, I think you'd reconsider. I'm not pretty at all.
I didn't peg you as the self-conscious type. Self-conscious type. You don't seem worried about diets or dyeing your hair.
I'm not self-conscious.
She says. Good, you shouldn't be. You're still young. You have your whole life ahead of you. You shouldn't be afraid of showing your face to people.
No, I'm not afraid, but you.
Lily's voice trails away. She sounds troubled, wise beyond her years. Just how old is she anyway, I wonder?
587 years old.
Do teenage girls really talk in the muted, unaffected manner
yeah.
Lily does?
Yep.
I know teenage girls aren't a hive mind, a single unit. Variations exist, of course they do, but I've never met a young girl like her before.
If you could see me right now, you wouldn't recognize me. I'd frighten you.
She says. Frighten me, I ask. I can hardly believe it, not of Lily. But she sounds convinced.
Yes, and I don't want you to remember me like that. It'd be too depressing. Especially after I tried so hard.
She sounds morose, as though resigned to some kind of fate. Just like Ophelia, drowning slowly in the wintry waters of a running river.
My dear sweet Ophelia!
Under towering balcony, by the garden wall and gallery,
I
pale
hate
horse she floated by.
This. Yeah.
You
I hate
what
this
the
author.
Yeah.
No, I'm making the argument that she's saying I hate this author.
But that isn't Hamlet. That's
Tennyson,
the Lady of Shalott.
Yeah.
Lady of Shalott, poor Elaine. My mother liked that poem, and I kind of liked it too.
Even his death takes hours.
Anguish from my teenage woes. Lily, just what are you? My voice is hesitant, my vision still obscured by her pale white hands. Or are they hands? The way Lily's been talking, you'd think she was some kind of monster. Squeamish?
Squamous.
Squamish and
Eldritch.
eldritch. To look upon it would be enough to make you go mad.
You figured it out, did you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
How'd you know?
Intuition. It doesn't take a genius to figure out you're not a normal girl. Lily sighs. I can feel this soft
Asian.
exhalation of air against the back of my neck.
That's right, I'm not a normal person. I'm not a person at all.
Then all those funerals you've been to, all the deaths you've seen, the reason for that was,
Yeah, I was the one who caused it.
she says, you kill people?
I suppose so. It's my job.
Wow. I pause, blinking. It's a completely useless gesture given my vision is still shrouded in darkness, but I do it all the same. Force of habit. That sounds exciting, I say, trying to joke around. I always do when things get too intense. How did you get into that lucrative line of work?
I'm not really sure myself. That's just how it's always been. I guess. Ever since I was born. I don't know if born's the right word.
So you're here to take my soul.
Something along those lines.
I'm going to die?
Yep, sorry about that.
Lily laughs quietly without humor, though I can't see her. I'm sure she's shaking her head.
That must be kind of depressing. I'm sorry. It isn't a nice way to end a relationship.
Nah, it's fine.
Is it?
She asks. She sounds surprised. Did she expect me to plead for my life? As if I would. I don't like being alive that much. I never asked to be born. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I say as though it's that simple, and maybe it is. I feel like I should be surprising myself with these words, spoken so carelessly, the verbal equivalent of throwing old clothes away into a bin bag, but I'm not. This feels natural. I was waiting for this moment for a long time. I just didn't realize
I was waiting for death
until now. I don't really care one way or the other. I say, if you have to take my life, just do it. We all have to die someday.
Are you sure?
Lily asked for a deity of death. Okay. She sounds even more hesitant than I am. As sure as I'll ever be, I'll try to console her, unless you want to cry and plead. Want me to cry and plead?
No, that's alright. Unlike some of my kind, I'm not a sadist.
Even though you kill people?
Even so, it makes my job difficult. I don't know if I'm very good at it.
Then I'll try to make your job as easy as possible. I'll bow my head and be quiet. Is that okay?
That's fine. Thank you.
Lily's hands continue to press against my eyes. I can feel her against my back, shifting slightly. I wonder how she'll do it, how she'll kill me. Will she snap my neck like I'm a chicken on a farm, or is that not glamorous enough for a self-proclaimed Grim Reaper? The anticipation sends a shiver down my spine. My heart starts to beat even faster, but I'm not afraid. There's just one thing I want to know. Just one thing. Lily.
Yes?
She says softly, her voice barely a whisper. What do you really look like? A pause, silence. It hangs over us, lingering in the darkness. She's... sorry, so thick it's almost palpable?
Yep.
What's palpable?
Basically it's so thick that you can almost feel it. Like, it's literally, like... Yeah.
I can hear myself swallow. It sounds almost uncouth.
Couth.
I don't know. Oh.
I don't know.
She finally says, you don't know what you look like.
No, it changes from person to person. Death is quite an abstract concept after all.
So you can shapeshift like something from a sci-fi story? I asked, intrigued. I've never met a deity of death before, and I can't help but be a little bit curious.
No, it's not like that. It's more, everybody interprets death differently. If you can see it as a scary thing, something to fear, then I too will become frightening.
Well, I'm not afraid. I tried to counter.
You say that, but I don't know if I believe you.
What do you mean?
If you weren't afraid, then you should have been able to smile.
She says. Does it matter so much whether I smile or not?
Of course it does. The way you feel changes how you regard the world around you, does it not?
I suppose so, but that's only in my mind. The physicality of things remains the same regardless of my own emotions, so it's pointless. Last, again, I feel it brush against my back. I shiver. Though I can feel her hands, 2 human hands, pressed lightly against my face. Is that just an illusion? If I were to forcibly pry Lily's hands away, then turn to look at her head on, what would happen? Would Lily's appearance fall away from her like a cloak to reveal something unearthly and alien underneath? Her pale skin, her slender wrists, her pale blue eyes, all of it gone, melting away like snow in the spring. People always say women are mysterious, full of secrets, but I don't know if that applies in this case. Is Lily a girl at all? Is Lily even her name?
Good questions.
Do avatars of death need names?
No.
If you can face death
That's
with a
probably
smile, I think even that...
This is definitely me. If you can face death with a smile, I think even that could become something pleasant. Like a walk through a meadow, filled with flowers, hand in hand with a good friend.
She says. Well, when people talk about their own near-death experiences, they often talk about flowers and fields.
You're right.
But I always thought it was nonsense. It's just the human brain tricking you into dying more easily. When you die, you don't go anywhere. You just stop existing, gone, isn't that right?
I don't know.
She says she should know. You don't.
No.
But isn't killing people your job? Shouldn't you know more about this stuff than anyone else?
Also predicting their line. It's my job, but I've never been to any world beyond this one. I don't know what's out there. I
can't see her, but I'm sure Lily's face is crumbling. Her pretty face, that snub nose and pale skin, so much like Imogen's.
I don't really know anything about death.
She says.
I don't even know if it hurts or not, but that's probably a matter of perception.
So only hurt if I believe it hurts.
Maybe.
She says unhelpfully. Now you're starting to sound like Cassandra.
I don't know who that is.
It isn't important. Forget it. Just like I did.
It's still you.
Okay, I'll try. I'm bad at forgetting things, though.
Oh, no, this is
No,
me.
that was
No.
you.
Okay, I'll try. I'm bad at forgetting things, though.
You're also bad at answering questions, I say lightly. I feel Lily move behind me. Her light blonde hair brushes against my back, but is her hair really blonde? I shiver.
Oh?
Lily notices my distress, makes a small noise of
Discontent.
Contempt.
What is it, mister?
Open my mouth and then I pause. The words stick in my throat like peanut butter. I was curious about it from the moment I first saw her, but now I'm not so sure. Do I really want to ask? If I know, maybe it will destroy the illusion. The light blonde hair, the pale skin, the slender fingers, the shy smile. None of it belongs to Lily. She stole it. Her entire appearance was pieced together bit by bit from people I knew, people I cared about. Imogen's face, Imogen's body, Imogen's hair, Cassandra's eyes, Hazel's pout, those puffed out cheeks and folded arms. Is there anything about Lily that can truly be called her own? With what is death but an absence of meaning and absence of everything? If I strip it away, our past encounters will become tainted, tarnished, less special than they were before, like revealing the truth behind a magic trick. Though it sounds strange, the brief times I spent with Lily were special to me. Talking to Lily was special. Our relationship was fast and fleeting, spanning over only 3 days, but I don't want to spoil it. I've spoilt enough things in my life, and now I don't have much life left. I think right at the very end, I can afford to let this be. You know what I say?
What?
She asks. It's fine, don't worry about it. I don't need to know. And even if I did, I might not understand. There are a lot of things in this world I don't understand. There are a lot of things in this world I'll never understand. That's just how life is.
Don't smile.
Don't smile. And that's the bad ending.
Yep.
Okay, so what is your opinion on this story?
Well, disappointingly, I can't skip the credits. I think that it's...
I don't think it's terrible. I think it needs some work.
I
but-
think, yeah, I think there's... I don't know. I think it's rough. Like, I think it could be better.
I
but
mean,
it's
her
definitely
being...
not terrible.
I think the only surprise in this entire story...
Oh, epilogue.
Oh.
You have to play both endings to get the epilogue. Oh, wait, hold on, click her.
Hold on, what happens?
Intermission! Oh, no!
There's still more? Okay.
Oh my god!
Do you want to keep going?
I guess we have to keep going! But not today, but like another day. But like,
Alright,
god.
third
So, we're gonna have to have a multi-part ending to this, I guess. So, that's gonna be it for this episode. We will come back next time with the actual, real, totes ending we believe, maybe. Sure.
There's an epilogue and intermission, but
Yeah.
I don't know if those are the same thing.
Don't know. So, until then, future is very uncertain. What is certain is you guys are awesome. And there'll be more Two Bros Game Night tomorrow. See you then!
Goodbye.